Hey guys, it's OKB, and we're back with another space-time rankings. Now, we are going to be visiting the past. Here's what I mean. You guys see these lower powers? I'm in Coffin Armies, and the power on Coffin Armies is kind of low. So like 69,000, it's kind of placed somewhere around there. You guys can see the rankings from 2,000 to about 1,500, somewhere in between. There's a different range for each one of these. This one's even in 2,580. Now, you'll see that the teams here don't have any meta ninjas. Like, there's Edo Minato here, but he's only 3 stars, so he's not that good. Sakura, whole Shark Bomb team, I'm guessing. Tendo? Yeah, I would not use Tendo in a 1 versus 1 team, but it probably wasn't a 1 versus 1. And then there's like Great Ninja War Tenten. All sorts of random teams. This is like the creative corner of this game. This is like before 6 Pass Naruto, because 6 Pass Naruto was the first ninja to break the game and make everyone mad. And then you had Kushina, and then you had Kakuzu, and it basically made all the ninjas worthless. You know, back even before 6 Pass Naruto, I think the best ninjas was something like Normal Roshi, which you guys can see here. Death Position Hidan was actually pretty good, I think. What else was there? Like the second generation team with Great Ninja War Tenten and my skill yeah, that one, right? And then Anbu Kakashi and Shisui. That one was really powerful back then. It's like 2 years ago or something like that. I wasn't here beyond 2 years ago, so I don't quite know every single ninja. But yeah, Kisame was also a really powerful barrier breaker ninja. But this one is more recent, so we're not going to do this one. Basically, I'm going to go through these accounts and we're going to visit the past. These past teams when there wasn't any crazy scaling with breakthroughs and interruption and immunity. 6 Pass Naruto was the one that broke that. Kakuzu was way too strong. He made you twice as powerful. As your power, there's just too much. You know, I think back then even 100,000 power was too much. So yeah, we are gonna test this out with some meme teams. Not exactly, kind of. I mean, this one's a meme team. I think for the older players, you guys will remember some of these teams because you guys have used it. For the newer players, these are some of the teams that you can make because they're made from some of the best people that have played this game. These are some of the teams you can make while you're waiting for a position 1 meta ninja or something like that. Some of these teams could even match up to some of the metas, but only if you have enough power. So let's try this out. This is the Joanie Minato, Shisui, and Maskman team. A lot of immobilize here, and a dodge too. I'm using something similar, but except I have Christmas Sakura, so I'm not sure that's the best. Yeah, probably not the best idea here. Dodge, dodge. These were like the space-time fights back then. Except they didn't have the Christmas girl, so chances are they're gonna kill my Shisui, but Minato is better in the long run, so we'll see. You know, maybe I'll get us Minato first. Alright, we're gonna have a dodge fest here. Dodge, dodge. I think you'll see this better combo for sure with a Masked Man with immobilization. Having an immobilized chase was really powerful back then. I think I have one too, actually. Yeah, with Sakura. Yeah. It was more of a team battle, 4 versus 4, and ninjas besides the position 1 was more useful. But this should be my win because we have more health, but yeah, also because we're hitting someone who doesn't have dodge so that we can use the mystery. Hokage Minato was really powerful back then too. Just a smash, unmissable. That was a big thing. Oh, now we have a meme team. Joanie Minato versus Masked Man here. I bet a lot of people forgot about Masked Man, that he even exists. And sometimes he goes through dodge. It's very rare though. Yeah, that was one of the good teams back then. Really had a nice time with that. Oh, this guy's from my group. Well, that's Summer Ino though. That wasn't very used in the past. I don't think they even had Summer Ino in the past. I'm not really sure. Maybe they changed the name of it. Summer Kakashi was somewhat new. I think Kaiser was freaking out over it when it came out first. Yeah, Anbu Itachi, Danzo might have breakthroughs. Maida Haruka, yeah, this is not the past team. There's this team too, the version 2 meta, Naruto 2.0 meta, I think that was what it's called. Great Ninja War 1010 and Mai. I don't know which team I'm using on this one. Might be a wrong team, but we'll see. Okay, alright. I was testing out some interesting things. Apparently Karu, or at least I got Karu's mystery wrong because they wrote the wrong description. And so I couldn't find a single team for her. So I know I'm late to the party, but I'll make a team for her later on, I guess. Just, apparently she lowers chakra cost and mystery by 20 if it's 40 or higher. But the description wrote it like it was above 40. So we were like, what? I have a beheading Kakashi here. To reduce ninjutsu, resistance, and all that good stuff. Suit Minato is actually kind of nice if we're not dealing with meta ninjas. But that wasn't a lot of healing, unfortunately. He has the barrier, so he definitely has more power, or more attack damage on this one. Mine was just, yeah, it doesn't have a barrier or any sort of damage boost, really, so that's why it's kind of losing on this point. And he is, I think, a little, no, we're about the same power. So it's a difference in damage. I think the Water Main also increases the damage, so it's like an 80%. Having a lot of attack damage boost was really big back then because it wasn't so easy to remove buffs. I don't know if any ninja had only Han, right? Han was the only guy who was able to remove buffs on both sides of the field. I don't know if there's anyone who could remove buffs back then. I mean, Six Pass Naruto basically broke that too with his chase, and that's why everyone hated him for so long. We hated Oasis for so long. But before that, it was just Han, and I don't know if Edo Yuguto was even there. I think Edo Jinchuriki was a new thing too. And I think the Edo Jinchuriki was awesome. It was incredible. But the Kushina breakthroughs was another broken thing. But the other, like, just having normal Edo Jinchurikis was really nice. That added a lot to strategy. So you have like Edo Roshi fighting against Roshi, so you would be breaking his barrier. Yeah, it was fairly balanced if you just didn't add the breakthroughs in, you know? Kakuzu without breakthroughs, you know? Some people still used, I think Angel God of Conan would have been the Kakuzu of the era if Kakuzu did not get breakthroughs. Yeah, and okay, Killer Bee, Samihara, someone really went out all out on this one. I don't think this is a modern team, but I think the guy's still active. He just doesn't really know how to handle this team. I think he just wants more power. There's some people who are like that, so we can try that out. But let me try out a different team here. I have a Great Ninja War team. What's my other team? The Great Ninja War team is bad. Okay, this one. So this could have been a good one. Joanie Minato was out. He was a meta too, kind of like Shisui, and he didn't have a bond skill either. But he was still pretty good. Just that he only hit 2 people, and his scaling, just having scaling is nice. Just that Taijutsu increased by 9%. Wasn't that much, but it was enough to be a threat. And so you had to pay attention to it, but it's not like super overpowered. That's what we really liked about Joanie Minato. I went to get Masked Man instead. I wanted to be different. You know, I don't know. In the end, it doesn't matter because they're both not meta anymore. They're kind of fun. Hidan, so I got some of his breakthroughs on this account. I don't know how I got +1 on everything, but yeah, this somehow happened. And he causes tag, and so does Joanie Minato, kind of weaken the other side. We have a little Hears in here. I think he was out for a while too. He was a special tactic ninja. Just, he dies and then he deal huge amount of damage. I think that was one of the counters to 6th Mass Naruto too. So, let's try this out. I haven't really tried this team out yet. I made it. It's rather new. Oh yeah, that's right. Green Ninja or Madara. This guy's 90k though. I'm only 75. It's a little hard to... Yeah, I'll probably skip this one. But back then, Kushimaru was really powerful. Mengetsu, Jinpachi. That was a huge meta team there. It was really hard to fight against, to defend against as well, because there's no defense increase. You can't increase your defense. You can increase your resistance because of a lightning main root of warrior ability, but there was no real way to increase your defense. Earth main only did 20 or 40%. I forgot. That wasn't enough. And you need to control too. Control fail wasn't that common back then. Let's try this. Suit Minato was kind of new. Let's try refreshing this. Mio, another. This guy is just changing themes, I guess. Let's go to 189 then. Voodoo, Great Ninja Warrior Neji. I mean, these are all sort of new ninjas, or sort of old ninjas, I guess. I'm using a Summer Asuma team, so it's not old, but you know, we're gonna fight against some of these guys. Edo Minato. So back then, Edo Minato had a 3-round cooldown, and if you didn't use Wind Main, well, you kind of failed. You just let the other team win. Having a dodge is nice, having an interruption is nice, but after that, it's not enough. He has 4-star Yugito. I'm really curious on what he's trying to do here. Okay. I am faster despite 62,000 power. I'm faster than he is. It was probably harder to stack back then, especially for initiative. Did I show this to you guys before in a video? I can't remember, but you're gonna get to see some action now. Yeah, that dodge was really powerful back then. Summer Asuma is kind of like Rinnegan Sasuke without the defense. Yeah, basically. He also has Bloodthirsty, which I think Sasuke loses when he gets his upgrade, which confuses me a lot, but it is what it is. Now, he does have higher power, so the rest of his team is really killing my section of the team. Let's see if you can deal enough damage here. You hit the right person too. Yeah, okay. Power difference and dodge on the Minato. He also has Yugito breakthroughs, which is kind of decent. So this team here was trying to finish it off in round 2, basically, and that was pretty typical of everyone, because especially in Great Ninja War, we had like a 3 versus 3 thing. You just deal a lot of damage, and then the rest of the team, the other side basically loses a lot of ninjas, and then hopefully you have more ninjas than the other side, and you'll be able to hit more. Now the exception to that was Roshi, because the more you hit him, the stronger he gets. And that was like that's why he was a meta back then, you know? It's kind of like having Kushina today, but he was Roshi back then. And the way to beat that was Blitz. Lightning Main Blitz. Have a little Lightning Main armor, really hit him hard before his defense goes up. Now you could also use Edo Daidara, so it would be ninjutsu instead of defense, because Roshi only increased in defense, but most attacks were attack or both attack and ninjutsu put together, so defense had a huge role in it. And he healed too. He was immune to status and all that stuff. You could consider him the 6-pass Naruto of the time too, but he wasn't that overpowered. He was overpowered if the person you were fighting was a lot stronger than you were. Okay, I talked a little too much on that one, but I really gotta see what this voodoo guy is doing with this screen. Yeah, what is this guy doing? What's the combo for? Do you have yeah, I have stacks, so it's kind of nice, but this team doesn't seem stacked. At least not that I think. I think he was supposed to gain chakra here and then use Gaara, but okay, so there was this tactic. Alright, so if you're using normal Gaara or something like normal Sasuke too, you can activate the ability in the previous round. Then when you activate it the round after, you can use your heavy mystery attack on the same round because you activated the barrier in the previous round, which was a well-used tactic. It was very clever back then. Now it doesn't make any sense, but that was one of the tactics, and I think this was what this guy was trying to do. Use Gaara in round 1, not actually have the barrier until round 2, and then immediately use the barrier right after you get the chakra. That's why he's gaining chakra here. Of course, Tobirama might also take it. This is an auto battle. He probably isn't using this for an auto battle, but that was a nice tactic back then, definitely, for the clever people. Yeah, I brought back some memories. I used that tactic myself in Great Ninja War back then, when it was, yeah, Roshi times. Let's take a look at some more on this account, maybe. Queen Eunice. Beheading Kakashi. Okay, that doesn't seem to be a old team. Seems a little bit modern, and I think Beheading Kakashi might have breakthroughs, but we'll see. Let's take a look. Yeah, Beheading Kakashi definitely has breakthroughs. This is not an old team. Beheading Kakashi is not that new, but he's not old either. But still, we can talk about this team. I like how he has 2 barriers, so he's basically using Sasuke if anyone uses chakra for their own barrier. He just wants to control a barrier and be able to hit with a lot of damage in round 2, which makes sense. What's his power? 75? Yeah, okay. I'm at 75 too, but probably more stacked, that's why. And of course, you know, Water Main just helps with the controls. He doesn't have the breakthrough, oh, but he has the chaos. Okay, so he's building into the chase here. Building into the chase is pretty useful. It's a very common tactic these days. It's kind of why Edo Hashirama back then was the god. It's because of his 30 chase. He causes Mobilize with that 30 chase, and so if you use something like Joanie Minato, and then you hit the entire team and you get 30 combo, then you'll have like a 50% chance of interrupting any mystery that the guy's using. Okay, so here's my Hiruzen special effect. Well, I'll do that after Joanie Minato. But yeah, you basically deal a huge amount of damage and leave the rest of your ninjas to finish off. And you can hit anybody you want, really, so it was kind of nice back then. So he was huge. He was a huge threat. I missed. I was in the middle of explaining Edo Hashirama. I think he was that powerful because 1, his mystery was unmissable, and that was unheard of back then. And 2 was because he healed himself as well, removed debuffs. To himself at least. And if you use Wind Main, you'll be able to use him twice in a row. And if you're faster, if you're stronger, just by a little bit, the guy also gets drains your chakra, and then you basically have nothing to do. Now, I think counter to that was Fuguki, which doesn't use chakra, but he also caused Immobilize in addition to draining your chakra. So that was, it was a lot of, that's why he was that powerful back then. But nowadays, this is pretty normal with all these breakthroughs and new ninjas, so it's not that big of a deal. Main characters also really went up, so you guys can see a lot of the 2.0 metas back then. Shirato's I don't think Shirato was really used that much. This guy's just using random teams. Kimimaro. Okay, Kimimaro was also a strategy back then. Using this again, that's fine. Yeah, Kimimaro, you basically just keep on increasing your attack and defense. Kabuto, especially with his skill trials, if you're able to activate, I think he also increases Kimamaro's defensive resistance by dealing a tiny amount of damage to him. Yeah, he was basically made for Kimimaro, and this guy's maxed him out, you know. So let's see what happens. I think he's pretty much going to use a root, I think, or like some warrior's intent, something for warriors. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Kabuto, he probably, in a normal battle, he's probably going to summon clones as protection. Yeah, he's weak, but these teams are kind of weak to control because you only have one healer, and you just aim at that healer, and that's it. But back then, it wasn't so easy to control people. There weren't many ninjas with a lot of chases that could interrupt, or acupuncture, or immobilize, or chaos. Really. The counter to this team back then was Poison, I think. This guy doesn't have his... Yeah, he doesn't have Root, which surprises me a lot, to be honest. He should be using Root. It was really one of the most powerful abilities back then. You can even fight someone stronger than you in Great Ninja War for 2 rounds using that ability. Okay. Huh. Ooh. But Ashen went down. I don't have the defense, is why. Alright, so basically his goal was to survive long enough for his lightning main in the back to really deal with damage. I see, I see. That wasn't expected to me. But now that I've suffered defeat a couple times, I'm going to be changing my team for the next one. Let's see what else I have. This is more of a Great Ninja War thing, but that's fine. Shisui was strong back then too. Probably just do something like this. Yeah, a little fire damage. It's probably not the best team, but let's see what else they have. See, alright, I already went through this. Let's refresh our opponents. Okay, Yuruka back then was hard to get, and he still is hard to get today because you have to get a lot of extra fragments and stuff. He has breakthroughs today, but they don't have it at 3 stars. But it feels like a little too boring of a team. Let's try Fuguki. That's right, Fuguki back then was quite nice. Basically, he basically uses 0 chakra, and that's why he was so, see, if you hit him, his cooldown goes down, and theoretically you could use him every single round, if you get hit enough. People used, and he also caused a lot of combo with his, mystery, so he can use his mystery already. I'm not sure what the deal is with this team. Maybe it's poison. That was one of the big things too. Fuguki hits a lot of people with taijutsu, so Water Main's poison ability will really hit people. Yeah, immune to status. It was showing that when we were attacking. So Root was one of the ways you could defend against that too, being immune to status. But if you use Roshi, and Roshi does taijutsu with his mystery to the entire field, then you would poison the entire field on top of dealing a lot of damage with Roshi. Fuguki was good with like the chase. Roshi had a chase 30 combo chase. Fuguki was great for making that 30 combo chase, and Roshi would be ignition. And so if you had healers back then, Roshi would ignite you and Water Main would poison you, and even if you healed some and removed some debuffs, you'll still have poison left over. I think Ignition goes out first, and then it's poison. And so that's dealt a lot of damage, field damage, back then. Alright, I think, let's do one more, a couple more, I don't know. We'll see. Shino Ikki, that's not a modern team. Oh, okay, this is the perfect team. This is one of those metas with Edo Sasori. If you drew enough in Great Ninja War treasures, you would be able to fight those types of teams. But the counter to that was the dodge ninjas, but you still have to watch out for the amount of taijutsu damage that he deals. So if I'm actually using the ninja dog here, he might be able to get like 3 standard attacks, and if he stacks really well, you probably will be able to kill off my main character right away. But I don't know if he stacked really well. So let's see. Shino Ikki, it's about similar to my power. Yeah, no, he actually knows what he's doing now. He's increasing a lot of his damage with Kushimaru, Warrior's Intent, Root for protection, little Jinpachi to pop the dodge. He might actually win this one because he has all the buffs. And he has a double attack. The problem with Jinpachi's Edo Sasori though. Yeah, so Jinpachi sometimes give the extra attack to Sasori, and that can be a problem. But Edo Sasori does do poison, so who knows. And there's a good combo too, right? Repulse, knockdown, knockdown, repulse. So he's really just blitzing out your position 1. There we go. Yeah. It was a really powerful team back then. And with this many ninjas down, you probably would just lose based on damage. It's good old days. Now I'm going to try to counter this team after this. I hope I have enough, enough attempts. There we go. Watching the battle, I kind of forgot the word. Alright, now Shisui has less health in general, and so he's a little bit weak to that. To counter something like that without using any super OP ninjas, Kushina was there back then, so, you know. One, you could use Hiruzen, and that would take out... the thing is, they increase their resistance by 100%, and Hiruzen deals ninjutsu damage with his death attack, so one of the good things that you can try out might be... let me see. I could use his own tactic against him, to be honest. Jinpachi with his defense against Kushimaru with his attack. What's a good ninja to... I don't have a lot of ninjas on here. That's fine. We're going to use Hiruzen anyways. What I'm going to do here is have only one ninja out here be attacked, and that ninja heals. She also uses her mystery. Which is... when she uses her mystery, she heals too, I think. So that was what it is. We're going to have a status reflect so we can reflect against Kushimaru. And maybe a killer bee for extra shields and attack. And we're going to have Hiruzen for resistance. So even though Kushimaru uses taijutsu for his standard attack, I think both his mystery and his chase is Tai and ninjutsu. I think that's what it is. Yeah, so we're gonna try doing that. Hopefully Killer Bee gives the correct standard attack bonus. I don't really know who he's gonna give it to, but it's fine. Taijutsu is actually the way to go here. Maybe even Lee would be good. Yeah, so, do I have Lee on here? Oh, I do, but he doesn't have those breakthroughs yet. It's not enough. But yeah, like having a lot of taijutsu back then was probably how you would do this. So, do I have Shiba on here? No, I don't. Yeah, it's too weak of an account. That's okay. What we're gonna do is probably Banai Chakra. Oh, my Ober clone is fine too. It's a little extra defense. They have a lot of resistance, so I'm not sure if Fire Bomb is the best. Let's do a little high, low knockdown, and this is not broken through, so knockdown high. All right, that's good. Paralysis and okay, that's good. Kushimaru also, I think I have Kushimaru, right? Yeah, I do have him. Should we fight? It's probably not good to do a duel between two Kushimarus, because the stronger one basically wins. But okay, basically, he can use his mystery every single round, and it causes immobilize to 2 units, and it aims at the person using the mystery. Okay, that makes sense. But he does have technique points, and if he doesn't get enough technique points, then he won't be able to use his mystery. Instead of chakra, I mean, he does use chakra, 20 chakra, but he needs both chakra and technique points. It's a very special system. I could use Pakura technically, but this is fine. All right, we're gonna do a lot of shields, have a lot of extra, yeah, just have a lot of extra. This is high-low, so we're gonna do a little extra ignition if possible, and let's see how this goes. This guy. I kind of forgot to check who was being stacked, but oh well. Alright, well you took out my killer bee, so I guess it doesn't matter too much. So he got half a technique point there. You guys can see it right there. That's the technique points. Hopefully, all right, there we go. All right, we did a fair amount of damage there, but he might still out damage us. All right, so he's hitting. This is good because he's hitting Hiruzen, who has a very strong attack. He probably won't die in this round, which is good because the resistance wears off. Yeah. But Shino might die. Yeah, Shino might die there. Alright, so here's what I'm gonna do. You guys can see how powerful this team is and how hard it is to counter it with just average ninjas. But one way to counter this is to move this up here. So we're gonna have clones. Here's the thing, Hiruzen he summons Enma, which basically, if there's any ninjas, if any enemy ninjas attacks the front row, they have to aim at Enma. But if they attack a group of people, then it doesn't aim at Enma. It could aim at anybody. So that's a good guarding status. And since our Kushina isn't that powerful in healing yet, we're gonna have to do that. Put Enma in front and guard him against some of the attacks made by made by the front row. Little healing there, which is nice, but we weren't able to stop the chase. Alright, so you see how Jinpachi is aiming at Enma? Yeah, that's a diversion strategy, in a way. And Edo Sasori as well. I don't know whether Lightning Main wasn't, but it's too bad. Status Reflect is nice. He doesn't have the control, which is also kind of nice for me. We can see if he's gonna die this round, but hopefully next round, so that we'll be able to hit his mystery. But Kushimaru might kill him off. Yes. You still died. Man. Well, let's see if Hiruzen can kill him one hit. I seriously need probably a higher hit ninja. No, probably need lightning main just for that resistance, extra resistance, and a lot of attack. See, that was how Hiruzen's supposed to be used, and then maybe if Kushina was alive, that could have been really nice, but she wasn't alive. Alright, I think I have one challenge left, and I'm going to end this here. I have to beat him this time. It's been a while since I've ever fought against such a team. And here's the answer. Just found it. How do you go against overwhelming power? A lot of defense. Or at least, kind of. Alright, Chunin Shikamaru was out there back then, but people kind of forgot about him, and I didn't recognize how good he was until in the middle of like the first year I was playing. I was like, wait a minute, 100% defensive resistance? That's amazing. Alright, we're gonna do this for Kushina. And this is for hidden jutsu. Like, there's not a lot of breakthroughs on here, so it's not the best, but let's see what we got here. Secret jutsu users Shisui is for sure. It's good, but this barrier here is also kind of nice. Increases critical hit, and critical hit is kind of nice too. She has a 40% increase in resistance, so basically Summer Hinata has 40% defensive resistance, plus Chunin Shikamaru's 100% defensive resistance, which adds up to 140% defensive resistance on Summer Hinata. There was a team I did a really long time ago with Chiriku, Summer Hinata, and Konohamaru. I think it's called the Konohamaru Smash. You guys can go look at it in the on the channel. Go search it out. Oh, that's right. I have to set the knockdown low, right? Little Katsuyu here for Kushina, and then we're gonna have a little ignition, which is kind of nice. We could also do that. Yeah. Assist links. I really want to win this one because I don't want to keep losing to this Kushimaru team. Outdated one, but very powerful if you don't have any meta ninjas. Kushina is not considered a meta ninja because she doesn't have breakthroughs. Okay, let's make sure we win this time. I'm tired of losing. Oh, but he does take out my shields because of his position. I kind of forgot about that, but oh well. You know. I don't quite remember how new Summer Hinata is, to be honest. Control fail. Yeah, you need control. If you want to use a Kushimaru team, you need control. This team is still fairly strong. If you have the ninjas for it, you can still definitely go for it. You could surprise your opponent, because a lot of the times people are preparing for meta teams, and some of those teams that they prepare against meta teams are weak to Kushimaru teams. Yeah, I forgot how hard it was to fight against these guys. Yeah, Kushina wasn't that good back then. 6th round. 6th round. Yeah, I mean 6th round cooldown before you could do anything. Gosh darn it. Still lost. Okay, anyways, guys. This is not a meta team, but it's still very powerful. You guys can still try it out. I think I'm going to end it here for today. I'm defeated. But I'm going to get him back next time. Alright, I'm going to find a team to... I mean, I guess one of the teams was Wind Main, where you just remove all their buffs, and then he's not that strong. But... I wanted to beat that guy. Alright guys, see you guys in the next Space Time Rankings.